What's up everybody, Jacob from TeamTNY, and we're here today with my Chaos Blue Eyes Max build. We're going to be showing you how it works, how destructive it is in links, and just how fun it is. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the main deck. So run 3 Chaos Max, of course. Most people are running it at 2 now. I run it at 3 because I like getting out more than just 2 of them, and especially if you go into 2 of them and they get Kaiju to destroyed, then where are you going for? So 3 is more, how do you say it? More better than
but they
deck.
shouldn't get destroyed, to be honest.
Then we got 3 alternatives. Alternative is really good in this deck and get it out on the field, pop a card on the field. Also, it's good for in the graveyard, because if it's in the graveyard, it can be banished. No, it can't.
It can be banished for chaos form.
It can be banished for chaos form, but it cannot be used for the ritual art. Then we got 3 Blue Eyes. You're going to run 3 of these anyway. Really good for just beat sticks in the field. Also for the ritual art and chaos form in the deck. So you're going to run 3 of them.
And it's Blue Eyes.
And it's Blue Eyes. 3 Manjus. Manju is your search for your ritual spell and your ritual monster. Really good for the deck. I run it at 3, more consistent. I've seen people actually run it at 2. Don't know why, but running at 3, more consistent with it. Then we go into, I run 2 Sages. Let's just do this. 2 Sages, 2 Maidens. The reason I do this is because I actually do run synchros in the deck. Sage, good for searching another synchro to actually go into a crystal ring, and Maiden just for good defensive plays. Either way you do it, you can go into more synchros with these 2. Bryson. Now we're going into the spells. 3 advanced ritual arts. That's explanatory. You go into your Chaos Max with it. Go into 3 Return of the Dragon Lords, because it's very good if you go into, say, advanced ritual art right after it, before it, and then send a Blue Eyes to the graveyard, go into your Chaos Max and Return of the Dragon Lord to bring your Blue Eyes back. And also you can do that, then go into a Chaos form to send that Blue Eyes to the graveyard once again for it to go back into a Chaos Max. So it's chainable off this. Very good in the deck. Also keeps your Blue Eyes alive and keeps them from being destroyed in the graveyard. Then we run 3 Melodies. This is just for your extra search for Max. Also extra search for Alternative and Blue Eyes, just if you need it. I don't really ever need it. The only time I really need it is if I'm going for double or nothing for the max and the opening hand, or 3 of. It's either way, but that's the only really way I search for it. Then we're going into 2 ofs, 2 chaos form. You can run this at 3. I would run it at 2 just to be more consistent with the deck. Chaos form, it's an okay card for it, but I really think the advanced ritual arts are a better search for the Chaos Max, because it doesn't banish a card. So I run this at 2.
But it's better if you have if you have it in hand.
Yeah. Then I run 2 enemy controllers. Very good for Max, because you can flip your opponent's monster in defense and just go for an OTK right then and there, especially if their defense is 0. So run 2 enemy controllers, which these are versatile. You don't have to run those. I just run them for the fun of it. 2 Swords of Revealing Light, also the basic same effect as the enemy controller, but it just flips all your opponent's monsters face down. It's basically like swords, regular swords, but just for flipping them face down. Then we run 2 Twin Twisters, also good for pesky back row, because that is Chaos Max's kryptonite in the deck. That's the only real thing that I worry about when I'm going into it, because the back row dicks with me a lot. So 2 Twin Twisters. 2 trade-ins. You can run this at 3, but I choose 2. I don't really go into this much, but just an extra draw in the deck. 1 Dragon Shrine, explanatory. 1 Book of Moon. Wish I could run more, but I can't. Everyone should know what Book of Moon does. Just flips your opponent's face down, defense position, and go for game with this card. 1 Regeki, because Regeki. And then the only 2 traps in the deck, 2 Curse of Anubis. You could run 2 Quakings if you want to, or like he runs Floodgate Trap Hole with it. But I run the Curse of Anubis. I would say you could run any other one, but that's what I run in the deck. Now we're getting into the extra deck. Extra deck is explanatory. Run Crystalline, 2 Azurais, 2 Spirits, 1 Michael, and 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. And the reason I run these is because Spirit, it can still be deadly in this game of links, especially with Azurais. And then you go from your Ancient Fairy or Michael, either one. Ancient Fairy is really good at going into Crystal, and Crystal's still a unkillable card. Hopefully. Then I run 1 Fusion, run the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Easy to get out in the deck and can't be destroyed by battle, and does a lot of freaking damage, especially if your opponent's field is clear. So there we go. One number 23, direct damage. I just run it in there just for if I'm going in for the final kill, or just don't really give a crap about my opponent's field. That's the only time I go into it. Getting him out and going into a link with him now is kind of risky, but you would just go into it for gain. That's the only reason I go into it. Then we run the Tachyon, full armor, dark matter. Everyone should know what this does. It's the dark matter you send to the graveyard. 3 monsters, then your opponent banishes 3 different, and then can attack twice for 4,000. Full armor, pops a card. Tachyon gets a attack boost. That's really all it does. Last 2 go into Herod. Basically a good pop for the field. What he will do is you can tribute or send to it from the hand or on the field to the graveyard. You pop that many cards on your opponent's side of the field. Good ground control, really. Then, of course, Hope Heartbringer in the deck. Good for negating spells. And that is my deck build for Chaos Max build. Most of these were my opinions on them. There are some cards in there that you want to run, and there's some cards that you don't have to. So, thank y'all for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all next time.